are the top things somebody should consider when working with a telecom expense management provider?
Yeah, that is a great question because, we get asked that question all the time. And first and foremost is really the longevity of the company and its ability to adapt to the ever-changing technology. So there's a lot of companies that can say, well, we've been doing this for 20, 30, 40 years. Okay, but maybe you're working with software that hasn't been updated, or you've merged and acquired other companies and competitors, and now you have 3 different flavors of. So companies like Valicom, we're approaching 30 years. We're becoming a young, mature adult in terms of age chronologically, and so we're becoming 30 years, and in a lot of cases, we're very, very new because we're always adapting to our clients. And that is, by the way, Valicom's number one differentiator is our ability to adapt to our clients' business environment. Not all are the same. And so it's our responsiveness, our people, and our technology. Those are really the items that should be compared when you're talking to competitors. The other thing is a lot of times what we find the most is some of the bigger companies no longer want to be a regular sized fish in a giant pond. Right. They want to be the big fish in a smaller company's pond. We cater to the mid-level, mid to large enterprise level organizations. And so as a result, we are able to provide that white glove attention. So what we find the most is our larger competitors they onboard with great attention, and as soon as the client's onboarded, the team members change, the project manager changes, and they start with maintenance mode. And with companies with today's ever-changing technologies and relative expenses, they need that ongoing hands-on attention on a month-to-month basis. We pride ourselves on that, and as a matter of fact, we go through and review our clients for our client satisfaction every single quarter. We've been doing this for decades. And it provides us with additional feedback that we're maybe not able to get in the daily, weekly, monthly on-hand calls that we have with our clients. So I think those are the most important items to look at when you're looking at outsourcing your infrastructure expense management.
How do you feel about being a vendor-independent telecom expense management provider? Because there are a lot of TEM solutions out there that benefit from working specifically with specific carriers, correct?
Correct.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. There is so much behind-the-scene incentivizing and compensation going on. Again, since our company's inception, our founder, Nancy Peckham, has insisted on us being vendor-independent. So what that means is we have never and will never receive compensation by any of the carriers out there. For example, some companies are agents or work through brokers, and they're able to receive compensation if they change their mobile carrier from one competitor to another. And so we have never received compensation that way. So companies that are, and this isn't to lump everybody in the same category, but it at least raises an eyebrow or the question that if they're being incented differently behind the scenes, are they actually working to meaning the client's best interest every single time? Our CEO and founder wanted to make sure that when we find savings or opportunities for optimization and cost reduction, it goes right directly to our client's bottom line. So that's really very important for our companies, but that's what we're finding. That doesn't mean to say that companies refer business to each other. I mean, that happens all the time. There's sometimes partnering that takes place that is an enhancement of services.
Right.
That most companies, especially when providing global services, are partnering with somebody somewhere for something.
Right.
So it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just try to find out and make sure that you've exhausted in the vetting process that the organization that you're really willing to partner up with the people you're talking with and the people behind the scenes that will serve you are having your best interest at hand and do not have any formal relationships where they're being incented to not necessarily represent you, the client, in the way that you should.